Hello everyone, myself Sanjana Gadekar from BSc Final Year Bio Group. Today I am going to deliver seminar on topic Raman spectroscopy. So let's begin. First of all, what is Raman effect? In 1928, Sir C.V. Raman discovered that when a monochromatic beam of light was allowed to pass through a substance in solid, liquid or gaseous state, the light is scattered and contains some additional frequencies over and above that of the incident frequencies. This phenomenon is known as Raman effect. Now, this spectrum of scattered light is characteristic property of the scattering substance and it is called as the Raman spectrum of the molecule. The line having lower frequency than the incident frequency are called as Stokes line and those having higher frequencies are known as anti-Stokes lines. Suppose Vi is the wave number, that is frequency of incident radiation, and Vs is the frequency of scattered radiation. Then the Raman shift is given by change in frequencies is equal to Vi minus Vs. That is frequency of incident radiation minus frequency of scattered radiation. For Stokes lines, change in frequencies is positive, that is incident frequency is greater than scattered frequency. For anti-Stokes lines, change in frequency is negative, that is incident frequency is less than the scattered frequency. Let's see the characteristics of Raman spectrum. The first one is the intensity of Stokes line is always greater than the anti-Stokes line. Second one is the Raman shift is lies within the far and near infrared region. The third one is Raman lines are symmetrically displaced above the Rayleigh lines. The fourth one is Raman lines are due to the change in polarization of the molecule. There are some conditions for the Raman active molecule. The scattering of light is explained on the basis of polarizability of the molecule. For a molecule to be Raman active, vibrational or rotation should be accompanied by change in polarization of the molecule. Raman spectroscopy is complementary technique to the microwave and IR spectroscopy. We can better understand the origin of Stokes and anti-Stokes line on the basis of quantum theory. First line is Rayleigh line. When molecule absorbs quantum of the electromagnetic radiation, it is excited from the lower energy level to the higher energy level. In addition to the electromagnetic energy level, molecule possesses vibrational or rotational energy after the de-excitation. If molecule returns to the same vibrational or the rotational energy level, the emitted photon will have exactly the same energy as that of incident photon. This transition gives rise to the very intense line in Raman spectrum of the molecule is called as Rayleigh line. Second one is Stokes line. After the excitation, if molecule de-excites to the higher level than the initial level, then the scattered photon has less energy than the incident photon. This transition gives rise to the Stokes line. In this process, the incident photon lose part of its energy to the molecule, which is ultimately used by the molecule for the vibrational or the rotational excitation. Now the last one is anti-Stokes line. After excitation, if molecule de-excites to the lower level than the initial level, then the scattered photon has more energy than the incident photon. This transition gives rise to the anti-Stokes line in the Raman spectrum. Here I conclude my seminar. Thank you.